This superb little building is actually a juxtaposition of old and new. There's so many elements to it that express its history, and the beauty of using Japanese ceramics is the colouring and the glaze is just perfectly fitting for a place that's so steeped in history. Artful and INAX of Japan supplied 2 tiles to this beautiful cottage. The larger one is called Yohen Border. The Yohen Border has been used in the kitchen. It also features on the fireplace hearth. It's also built into a very special coffee table John designed for this house. Also in the house is a classic INAX mosaic that's been in production for about 30 years called the Yohen Border range, featured in the bathroom walls, behind an Agape Basin outside the WC, and also a little writing desk that John designed. Yohen is Japanese for variation, and the glaze of the version used here typifies that glaze. Literally every tile is different. Yohen Border tiles are delivered as a sheet. In this case, it's a number of different tiles that are all separately glazed before they're mounted onto the sheet. The mosaics from Japan always come on sheets. They come in 2 different types. More commonly is mesh back. A number of them are also supplied in what's called a paper face sheet, which a lot of people don't understand, but it is a very good way of doing a mosaic. That's the back of the tile, and that's the front. That's why it's called paper faced. What they do is they glue the sheet onto the wall, and then while the adhesive is still a little bit soft, they wet the paper on the front with a sponge. This dissolves the adhesive on the back of the paper, and it allows you to easily peel the paper off, and presto, you've got a completed sheet on the wall. The benefit of a paper face sheet, for example, is using it in a swimming pool because you have no type of barrier on the back of the tile. So it's perfect for being constantly submerged in water, and it's a very good way of mounting mosaics for longevity. It's important to wipe the tiles again after you've removed the paper, so there's no adhesive residue on the face of the tiles. You don't want that to mix with the grout. Here we have the Yohen Border tile literally installed like a piece of art. It's framed, the pieces are not cut, so timber wraps around it from piece to piece with all its beautiful variation. In this manner, you can see that it's quite akin to a lot of Japanese earthenware and pottery, which of course you see throughout this beautiful house. This cottage has won international awards for design and restoration, and so with such an important dwelling, it's really important to have a product that merges the old and the new together. It's sort of a meeting point between the rustic bricks, the old painted rendered bricks, and then you move from that into the Yohen Border mosaic, which you can see is just perfect fit for these beautiful rustic textures. The variation in the glaze, I think, is so timeless and it's so special. When it comes to the burnished bronze Yohen borders used here, John designed, for example, the coffee table around the tile because it's just so beautiful. Artful has now bought the Yohen Border in 3 custom glazes as a new stock product for the Australian market. This is a very practical product, so you can use it, well, as John has used it in a very unusual way, but also perfectly as a bathroom tile. Whatever kind of really highlights its beautiful scalloped form. And actually that is an old Japanese tradition. It was originally based on wrapping clay around bamboo stalks to give them a round form. So INAX have a number of products that are scalloped, but here when you see it used as a hearth, it's a really unusual architectural feature that I've not seen before. The Japanese do a lot of tiling which is particularly unusual because they are impossible to grout because they're very three-dimensional. We named these architectural ceramics because they are by no means a typical tile. They were designed originally to be used outside, but people use them quite often as a decorative product in all sorts of different spaces. You can see from some of the textures on them, they are literally impossible to grout. Basically, grout's a product that you use in a bathroom or typically in a shower. In all other areas, grout is not actually of any use, so you can actually turn tiling into a different type of aesthetic. With the sheeted architectural ceramics, they generally have a grey mesh on the back. Therefore, when you're gluing them onto a wall, you use an adhesive that is the same colour as that grey mesh. That adhesive needs to be applied very neatly and evenly so it doesn't end up coming out in between the pieces. Artodomus has been supplying INAX tiles to Australia for over 12 years now. INAX have been making tiles since the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo in the 1920s. The INAX product is made in about 8 or 10 different factories. One thing that does unite them is an incredible strength and durability and quality. Japanese ceramics are generally very hard porcelain. They don't require any particular maintenance. A lot of them are glazed, and the glazing quality is extremely high, so there's no problem with worrying about staining. They do also do a number of unglazed clay tiles, and even those have a very, very low porosity, so they're very practical and you can use them on both floors and walls. The Japanese also do some glazed and unglazed surfaces, which are referred to as nanohydrophilic. They're a surface that, if they're used, for example, externally, every time it rains, the surface is washed clean. And this particular type of surface also, of course, works very well in wet environments on the walls. INAX offer a design assistance, so basically you can literally tile the whole room and they will help the architect draw that space so that it can be built precisely. Artodomus can offer that type of design assistance to any of our clients with a number of our suppliers, not just INAX. I'm very proud to have been able to visit this extraordinary property. I think it's one of the most stunning places I've been to in a long, long time. You can see that the level of detail, everything in this house has been either designed or chosen with real thought. It's an incredible testament to both Artodomus and INAX to see that our products have been chosen for this tremendous little building, and to see them installed in such a magnificent manner makes us very proud.